All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here today in Drummond Island, and we're going to do some scouting. That's number one, and then we're going to go get the P16, and part of that involves obviously taking our wonderful fuel trailer with us. So let's take a look at the map right away. I can get over here. So we start right about here. This is where we came in. We're going to go grab this watchtower right away that's in front of us, and then this upgrade, which is actually the off-road gearbox that we've been hunting for all of our larger vehicles. And then basically we're going to head this way. The P16's over here, so we're going to just go get that right away. There's actually a fuel trailer on this map. It's a big one too. I don't remember if this is part of a mission. I don't think it is. I think it's just a big fuel carrier that we can use on this map. But yeah, so there's really only 4 watchtowers. That upgrade, this vehicle, and that upgrade to get. So I'm not really going to go out of my way to get contracts or tasks or anything. The contests obviously we'll be doing later at some point, and coming back and doing all of these tasks. So I'm not too concerned about it. Now, we do get experience if we discover trailers, so I'm going to try and discover trailers along the way. Just sort of good practice, obviously, to get everything out of the way. I think the end goal is going to be heading over back to Smithville Dam, because we have, so it sort of depends. I'm not going to go super fast today. I think we're just going to chat and have some fun exploring this map. So let's just get into it. I know the first upgrade is straight ahead of us, basically. We just need to make a right through here, but I'm going to grab this trailer first, because I think this is not a mission trailer. We'll find out in a second here. Yep, it is just one we can use. Now, if I had a truck, this is the other bad thing about this thing. You don't, obviously you can't, not many scouts can haul large trailers anyhow. But, oh, am I going to be, what's going on here? What am I hung up on? I'm hung up on a rock. I'm high centered on a rock. So trailers, unfortunately, like, let's say I winched that trailer over to the bridge, right? So there's a bridge that needs 2 pieces of wood, 2 wood planks. And I probably could winch it over there with this thing. But because it's not attached, you can't actually use the pieces of wood on it to complete the mission. Like, it needs to be hitched. So that's sort of a bummer. I didn't need to take this trailer with me, by the way. I could have left it up there. That's okay. We'll leave it here at this. And get our upgrade. That's right, there's like a bunch of trees here in the way. Tree stumps. I hate it when you get up close to watchtowers and the camera goes crazy on you. There it is. Alright, so we have our off-road gearbox before we even did a single mission with the Fleet Star. It's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about that. I hope you're not getting bored of the $400,000 super truck that we're driving around in. So that's all we've been using here for the last few episodes, but this is going to be, I think we're going to pause scouting of Smithville Dam until we get some bridges unlocked. So that's going to be for sure the next episode, unless we don't finish scouting here, but I think we're going to finish scouting here. There isn't that much. Let's take a quick look at the map. So we're going to go down this way. We're going to stop by that trailer. And then we got to go up this path to get around, because this bridge is out. This is the bridge that needs those 2 wooden planks, but we can't do it. So this will get us around to the gas station, then the watchtower, then the P16. That's what we're going to do here next. Let me... There we go. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't on the the screen with the map on it. We're not doing that again. So this right here brings me to my tip of the day. So one of the things that, especially with scout trucks, even though I'm going to be having to winch myself out of this. So one of the things you always want to do, right, is avoid these big puddles, right? You would think you'd want to be on the path that has tire tracks on it, right? But that's not always the case. Like where we just went is probably not the right path. I should have went this way along the grass. So taking the high and dry route is usually what's better in this game, especially for scouts. And if you do that, you can use most vehicles in the game. Now, mind you, there's maps that are very challenging, and you can't take a high and dry route. There just isn't one. Some places are flooded, some places are just complete ice and snow. There's just nothing you can do about it. I think this is another discovery trailer. Yes, it is. Let's get some of that experience. But as you can see, like, I'm staying to the right here. I'm kind of keeping my tires near the grass, near trees. That way you can winch. So yeah, just avoiding what looks like it could be the low spot, I think, is the best way I would word it. Because those tend to be where there's lots of deep mud. Ooh, that's a stump right there. Almost ran into that. Don't avoid stumps, though. Stumps and large trees. Like, this looks a little bit wet, but it looks okay. We can make it through that. But like, if this was wet here, like, let's say this looked really wet, you could just go, you know, veer left, which it is actually kind of wet. Or here, veer right. You know, stay on the grass. And you tend to have a better time getting through things. I think this is that same quest. Yes, it is. Okay. So there's going to be a point here. In fact, is this it? Let me look. One moment. Yeah, you know what? We're going to leave the trailer here. We're going to just top off. I'm going to turn it around first. Get it up the hill here, because we're going to be hitting a big fuel trailer. We should almost actually take this over there to the fuel trailer. Why don't we do that? We'll take this over to the big fuel trailer, fill it up as well, and then we'll drag it back across. It's just we have to kind of go through a little bit of water here, but that's always what you want to try and do. Pick the high spot. This could be challenging with this trailer. There's a couple spots on this map that could be challenging with this trailer, and it's upside down as well. Come on, come back on your tires. Winching. So yeah, like this, I just walked right into the mud like I shouldn't have done. I should have stayed off to the side here. But it'll just definitely make your experience better in the game, especially early on, you know, when you don't have good tires. Come on, let's make it through here without having to do the... I'm gonna have to do the winch. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we should have just left it there. I don't think it was that valuable, but... In fact, we might just leave it right where it is. Except I should have filled up. That's okay. We'll be fine. There's a big, huge fuel trailer. And I have a spare tank. So there is winch points all the way along this. It just, if you're winching a trailer, it kind of makes it difficult to do. I can see them on the ground. A bunch of dead trees you can winch to. Like that one over there. You can also winch from your rear bumper too. I don't know if you've seen me do that, but if you only have one winch point, you can winch from the front, winch from the side, winch from the rear, winch from your trailer that you're towing if you actually have a trailer that's hitched. So you can use one winch point, you know, 3 or 4 times, get through stuff. Sometimes even having a trailer is beneficial. Here we go again. That's a winch point? Yeah, it is. I was gonna say, I think that stump is. Yeah, right up in front of us is that big fuel trailer that we get to use. Even if it's a mission trailer, it's a lot of fuel in it, so I think we're okay. Yeah, this looks like it's a little bit drier to the left here, maybe. Yeah. That's what you kind of want to do. Just focus on being on the drier path, because it starts to get muddy. Let's see here. Just taking a quick look at the map. Yeah, we gotta go down and around. Let's go top off on fuel first. I just want to see how much gas is here. That's $14 or $19 a gallon. Holy cow. It's expensive. Okay, yeah, this is just a free use trailer. Let's see. Refuel. Apparently I took a little bit of damage. A little bit of body damage. We'll have Bob fix that up when we finally get back to the garage. Good old Bob. So the vehicle we're coming up on, the P16. Let's see. Just want to take a quick look at the map again here quick before I talk about that. So we got to go this way, get this tower, and then we continue going down this path. It's down this way, and it's actually, you can see it right here. It's right there. But we have to kind of go this way and then up. Right. So the thing with Michigan is it's obviously sort of the starter map, right? Or starter set of regions, or set of maps, the region of maps. And you get quite a few vehicles on it, obviously. You get, you know, a couple scouts, a couple decent heavy vehicles, a couple highway vehicles. But none of them are really good. And you can buy some vehicles early in the game as well, but none of those are really good either. So some of the things that you can buy, for example, so the one we're coming up on is the P16. But you can get its brother. You can buy his brother for 126,000, which I definitely don't have, nor would I want to spend. It's a heavy, and it is, by all definitions of the term, very heavy. It's kind of got a bad power to rate rating, and it's kind of got a long nose, so it likes to get its nose dug into things, and so it gets stuck, takes damage, you know, that kind of thing. And it also has really bad fuel economy, which is sort of the same as the P16 as well. But I mean, when we get to the P16, we'll take a look at it. I'll show you what the difference is. It's not quite as long. And then one of the other vehicles you can buy, which is actually a really good vehicle, the Ankh MK38 Civilian. Now, very, very good power rating on that truck from the get-go. It comes with a good engine, has lots of speed, but that's sort of its downfall as well, is it takes a lot of damage because it's so fast. And it uses a ton of fuel, so the fuel economy is pretty bad. But the biggest problem with that one is you don't have any add-ons. It's basically like low saddle, high saddle, and like a repair add-on. So you can't put like a flatbed on it or a trailer hauling devices, which is kind of what you need vehicles for that are in the off-road or heavy class, to do your hauling for you. I mean, obviously you can put a 4-slot or 5-slot trailer on it, but then you can't get through, tight paths. So it's decent, but I don't know if I would. It's 75k only, but I don't know if I'd buy it, just because of the lack of add-ons. Now there is another one. There's another version of it that you find that you can't buy, but it only has a cargo bed, but it suffers from the same problems. It's too fast, takes a lot of damage. So that's one of the things that I feel like, yeah, you could spend 75k, get a decent vehicle, but is it really worth it? And then there's the International Paystar 5070. That one runs 82,000. It's actually pretty decent. It's actually better without the raised suspension that you don't get right away. I guess one of the downfalls of it is you don't get a snorkel until level 16. And it is also very thirsty. So it's sort of the same problem as all of the American vehicles, really, that they take a lot of fuel. So they're not very fuel efficient, which kind of sucks. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to do the rear winch trick. Yeah, just like that. So yeah, the Paystar, like I said, it's pretty decent. It gets more tippy when you have the raised suspension on it, but you don't get the raised suspension until later anyhow. So not too big. It actually has really good all-terrains that are available for purchase right away, but not the greatest vehicle. So let me turn the engine off. So I was saying the P12, or I'm sorry, yeah, the P12. This is the P16. P12, let me back up a little bit. You can kind of look at the front end of this thing. All right. So the B12 is way longer than this thing, and the nose sticks out way further. So, but it's basically got the same lack of add-on problem, right? There isn't too many add-ons you can use with it. You're pretty much stuck to, high saddle, and then in this case, this one's got high saddle and a log trailer. The P16, however, that's in front of us, again, sort of shorter front end. Probably the best tires in the game. One of the best sets of tires in the game, besides for like the Tuz, and I don't even think the Zix DLC has got better tires than this thing. These tires are amazingly good, with one caveat: this thing does not have available all-wheel drive. So the P12, you can get it. It actually comes with selectable all-wheel drive. This thing just can't be all-wheel drive. But you don't notice it. Honestly, this thing is pretty amazing. And I think if it had all-wheel drive, it would be one of the most overpowered trucks in the game. Believe it or not, it's a very good truck. And I don't need to repair it or anything. I can drive it right now if I wanted to. But we're going to just leave it right here. So yeah, I mean, some of the vehicles you find are way better than the vehicles that you could buy, like this one, for example. And then there's some other ones, obviously, that you find that are not as good. Taking the GMC, for example, I mean, obviously the GMC is not terrible. It's actually not a bad vehicle. It's decent after you get tires on it. It actually works pretty well with a low saddle trailer. Let's go back and get gas. We're gonna stop and get gas before we go back, just to not use the fuel trailer. And then we gotta go up. We're just gonna set our path and chit chat while we go that way. This is gonna be really hard to get across with the we do have to take the fuel trailer across this. And then I think, which way do I want to go from here? I want to go right and then left, like that, and we'll stop there. Okay, let's head out. My lights on? No. So yeah, the GMC, like I said, decent truck for being one of the first trucks you find. But you don't get all-wheel drive until you get to Lake Cove, which is one of the very difficult maps in the game. And you literally wouldn't use this truck in that map at all, even to go get it. So it's decent for starting. I'm gonna keep it, obviously, to be like a fuel carrier truck, possibly a delivery truck on roads, because it's definitely not bad for roads. Then you find the Kodiak, again, decent. No all-wheel drive again until Alaska, which is a lot easier to get. The only thing that's a little weird about it is it's kind of bouncy. I don't really like the Kodiak. I don't like driving the Kodiak just because of how bouncy it is. Did I get that watchtower? Yeah, I did. Then, of course, you get the Fleet Star right away. And the Fleet Star carries you through Michigan. Not gonna lie, it's one of the better vehicles. The only thing that's bad about it is it's just kind of underpowered. But once you get decent tires on it, it's pretty good. And then the other vehicle that carries you hard through Michigan is the White Western Star. Again, slightly less underpowered, slightly less thirsty, I would say. It's probably about the same, but a little bit stronger engine, a little bit better with the lift, and they both take about the same amount of damage. They're pretty much similar class vehicles as well. They're not really off-road vehicles. They're considered heavy-duty vehicles. Not terrible, like I said. They're not the Russian vehicles like the Vorons and obviously the Taiga. There's a reason why they call it the King, because it is one of the best vehicles in the game, especially for how easy it is to get. Like, I could go get it right now. I could go take my highway tired Fleet Star and go get it. It'd be very easy to do. Alright, so let's fill up. And then of course you find vehicles like the International Transtar, which is another highway vehicle, but never has the option of all-wheel drive. It's that cab over that's going to be in Smithville Dam. We're going to find that one. It's garbage. It's basically, you can use it as a fuel truck, or you can just sell it if you need some money. Like, it's not a vehicle I would ever... Yeah, there's some people that use it like as a challenge, you know, and I'm not up for that challenge. No thanks. Just making sure I'm not on the screen again. I am good. I keep having that fear that I'm going to be talking here for a half an hour and all you're seeing is the other screen. But yeah, the Transtar is not very good. So I mean, that's in one of the other vehicles you find. And then you also get the Twin Steer, which the Twin Steer, I don't know. I don't know how to describe the Twin Steer because I've used it quite a bit. It's a very good vehicle. It's very unique because it's super long and has 4 cargo slots, but you can't tow a trailer with it. It's extremely fast. It's also extremely thirsty. It uses a ton of gas. But if you're doing missions that you can plan a route that's like all road, right? You're all on the road because it doesn't have all-wheel drive. And they added all-wheel drive for it, but it's in Imandra, which is past Lake Cove. in one of the hardest zones in the game. Uh-oh. I gotta get somewhere. I might have to like take a run at this again. All right, let's back up. All right, let's go this way. See if this way's better. That way was better. I got it at least to the winch point. That's what I needed. There's our scout trailer. We're gonna get out of here first. Use the rear winch trick. Is this fucking trailer gonna be in the way? I think it is. This is gonna be interesting. Alright, let's get around this. Maybe we can yank the trailer out. This is gonna be really interesting. Yeah, let's just get it out of here first. And we'll get it turned around. Doesn't really matter where we're winching it from, does it? As long as it's coming with us. But yeah, the twin steer, I don't know, man. It's like, it's really good, but it's also really tippy because it's so long and you can't like navigate. Like this path would be kind of difficult because it's got a kind of a sharp bend to the left with some rocks, and like you'd probably high center it on all these bumps. And it doesn't have all-wheel drive, so you'd have to be winching out of here. And this tilt to the left like this, it would be really scary. It would be wanting to tip over. So as long as you drive it carefully on more of a road path, like this path, for example, it's not bad. So if you need to do like a delivery mission that has a lot of delivery, a lot of cargo, like 2 double slot things or 4 single slot things, or one double slot and 2 single slot things, you know, 4 slots worth of cargo, and you need to take it somewhere on a relatively easy path, absolutely perfect vehicle for it. Because you can do it in 1 trip instead of 2. I'm gonna get stuck in here. Maybe. I'm in range of a winch. I'm just gonna try not to. Nope. Nope. So, but that's really all you find on the maps. And then as soon as you get to, what is the name of the zones? Okay, that's the horn for this thing. Oh man. I didn't even know that. I hit the button for going to the global map, Tamir. So you can skip Alaska, go to Tamir if you wanted, or you can do Alaska, or you can go to Kola Peninsula, which is this is where Lake Covid and Namandra are. Those are the hard places. Yukon is, it's difficult. I'm not a big fan of Yukon, to be honest with you. That might be one that gets done later. This is one of the hardest zones, but also has one of the best vehicles. Even harder than Amandra or Kola Peninsula. Don is one of the zones I haven't done, believe it or not. I did it like way long ago, and I don't remember even doing it. Maine, I've done very little of. Tennessee, I've also done very little of. And Glades, I've also never been to. I've been to Ontario. Yeah, I did Ontario, and I did British Columbia, and I did Scandinavia. Those are all fun. But yeah, there's some like hard stuff in the middle here. Tamir is real muddy, has some interesting unlock things. So I don't know. We'll decide where we're gonna end up going, but that's for a future date. But yeah, all the Russian zones. I mean, you can get the as of 6, as of 7 once you're higher level. It's the Taiga, all the Vorons, the other Taiga. There's a different Taiga that you can unlock, the Don. I mean, all of those vehicles are amazingly good vehicles. Really, a lot of the American vehicles are just kind of not very good. The Scouts aren't bad, but especially, I mean, the F-750 is like one of the best Scouts in the game. But then you also have the Tuz, the 420, which is technically on paper the best Scout in the game. Okay, let's get this Scout trailer turned around. Have it pointing the right way. This is going to be interesting. I got to get through this river. Okay. Alright. Not do a bunch of damage. Come on, get back up the hill. It's not gonna want to agree with me here. Oh, come on. All right, let's try this again. We got to get closer to that side before I go into the water, please. I just want to get it from that side. Can I get it from there? Yes, okay, thank you. I mean, I'm gonna have to like leapfrog it through here, like 100% for sure, I believe. Uh-oh. Am I gonna be able to get through here with this thing? Uh-oh. What's going on? This is not good. This is not good. I'm floating away. And I don't have a winch point. Uh-oh. No. I feel like I'm making progress forward, but it's very scary. We're just gonna try and get to this dry spot. See if we can stop floating down the river. Are there any winch points? If we lose this trailer, I'm okay with it. Come on. There's not a winch point here? What is going on? I swore there was. We are like inching forward. Like we're not fully stuck yet. I don't remember this being so difficult. No available winch points. Man. I mean, we're making it. It's moving. Ever so slowly. Is there a winch point yet? Come on. There's got to be something over here. Just swore there was a winch point at this. This is the only way across, too, if you don't repair the bridge. I feel like I did this in the Chevy. I guess. It's possible I used mod trucks. Which mod trucks are extra cheaty and stuff like this. Ooh, that thing wants to float away, doesn't it? We're gonna keep trying to keep it along with us, but if it... Ooh, it's pulling us back. No winch points. This is crazy. I'm making it, but... Alright, let's not... You come back over here. Oh, that's not what I want. Can you get onto dry land so you don't run away from me? Kind of. Not running away as fast, but I'm not gaining on it as quickly as it's getting away. There we go. There, we made some movement. Come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Man, that was crazy. Well, we made it. Man, I don't remember that being that hard. That is like the hardest thing in this map, though, is getting across this river without a bridge. There's a lot of mud, but it's, again, as long as you stay to the side. All right. Well, that was eventful. We almost got stuck. We almost, you know, sunk our $400,000 super truck in the river with a crazy horn. I can't believe. All right. All right, so let's get up this way. Do I want to leave the scout truck here? Am I going this way again? Let me take a look. At the next one. Right here is where we'll leave it. This next point up here. Then we got to come back that way anyhow. Yeah, we'll go get this scout tower and then come back. Yeah, if you ever get really stuck like that, just wiggle your tires. It tends to work. Tends to kind of crawl you slowly forward. Veer left and right. It'll slowly work its way forward sometimes. Okay, so let's... We're just gonna park this guy on the hill up here. So it doesn't like roll down the hill. Ooh, that's really muddy. I don't know if I want to go that way. There's sort of a dry path here. Right there. That works. This game's pretty fun at night too. Like, that's why I didn't want to do the option that was all daytime. You you get some different scenery at night, and like it's a little more challenging at night, but it's not really that much more challenging. I think it just adds a different perspective. I wonder if I'm going to be able to take the shortcut to that other watchtower. There's another watchtower that you can kind of take a shortcut around, but it's kind of muddy too. I don't know if this thing can make it. As I was saying all of my praises in the last episode to this one, it's, like I said, still not bad. It's just, it's not overpowered, which I enjoy about it. Getting almost stuck is actually more entertaining for me. Speaking of almost stuck, this looks a little rough. Pick a line. I think the right. I think I see a tree over there. Yeah, that was a tree stump over there too. We made it without it. So there should be, I think there's like 220 gallons in that tank yet. By the time we get back to Smithville Dam, there should be at least close to a couple hundred gallons in it yet. So it'll be a decent little buffer to take with us to Smithville. And then once we start unlocking bridges and that kind of thing, then we can work on tasks and carry fuel with us as we go. So it's not that big of a deal once we get everything unlocked. But yeah, that's the fun part about, I think the most fun I had with hard mode was the fuel management aspect. Like having to concern myself with another one? No, there's not. There's like 6 right here. Having to worry about what I'm going to do about fuel. Now this thing is very fuel efficient, which I'm very happy about. Because although I guess the positive to the Chevy versus this is the Chevy can actually tow a fuel trailer. So you can just winch yourself along with the trailer. You don't have to really worry too much. Where am I going? We gotta go this way, back to our fuel trailer, and then up this way. I gotta turn the map the right way too. This and like that. Yeah, and then we'll go down to this watchtower here. This is the one that if we can make the shortcut we will, but it looks a little sketch. It's almost Halloween, by the way. Anybody have any good plans for Halloween? I am, I live in just a, suburb neighborhood, and, but it's cold. Right now it is 31 degrees outside, and it's not supposed to be any much warmer tomorrow. And depending on when this video is released, tomorrow might be today. Tomorrow might be Halloween. Or today might be Halloween, I should say. I'm recording this Monday, though. Day before Halloween. And, I have some plans. I mean, I'm still going to do... from what I understand... my cousin has lived here longer than I have. He's like a couple blocks away from me, actually. And, he said that even with snow, there's been a couple of years where there was snow, and there is predicted snow for tomorrow. And like I said, 31 to 32. I think it's supposed to be a high of like 34 tomorrow. But I'm going to get the fire pit, move it to the front driveway, have a nice little warm place for kids and adults to come warm up if they want to. Going to have some cold beverages available for adults and myself. and my cousin probably. He might stop over and give out some candy for a couple hours in the cold. The reason I have to do it outside and not sit in my house and open up the door is my dog is an idiot, and he will just nonstop bark the whole time until he like has an aneurysm and dies. So I'm gonna lock him in the basement basically and turn the radio on, and he's gonna just hang out downstairs, and I'm just gonna stay outside, because if there's any opening and closing and me talking and him hearing it, yeah, it's just gonna be him barking the whole time, and I don't want to deal with that. And my wife is over at her niece and nephew's for the day, and so right, I don't have backup or anything. It's just me to deal with the dog and the cat, and the cat is not a big deal, but the dog is he's an idiot when it comes to other people around. So we'll see how that goes. It might be a cold day, but like I said, I'm gonna have a fire pit roaring, and I'm just putting it in the driveway. I don't even care if like leave a char mark or something on the driveway. I don't care. I want to be warm. I have blankets. I have jackets. We'll be warm. So yeah, I think we can sneak this way through the trees. See if we can go this way. It's pretty dry in here. I just gotta not tip off the cliff. Let's see. We want to cut this way. Then left. Let's not go in the water. We're gonna have to make a right. We might have to do some winching. Ooh. I'm gonna make it over these rocks. Ooh, yeah, I did. It's right here. This is the watch. This is the shortcut to the watchtower. Once I get this unlocked, I'll show you the actual path. So the actual path... Oh, did I leave the trailer behind me? Yeah, I did. Where the heck did I leave it? God darn it. I gotta go all the way back and get it. I totally forgot about the trailer. That's right. So the actual path is to go around here and then go up this way and all the way around. But yeah, we just took the shortcut through the woods. Which we will go back that way as well. Let's not tip over. I'm gonna have to use some of my reserve fuel because I was dumb and didn't grab the fuel trailer. It's alright. So what it's there for? I haven't had to use it yet. Okay, can I do this? This looks kind of scary. It's kind of tippy. We're gonna try it though. We're just gonna go slow. Just pre-winch, so in case you fall, in case you start to tip, you just tug on the winch. Oh yeah, we're good. We're fine. Let's do another little bit of winch there. That was a little scary, but so yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any cool Halloween plans. I'm not a big like go out for Halloween person. I don't necessarily. I'm kind of old and don't need to worry about going to big Halloween parties or dressing up in costumes and that kind of thing. I'm too old for that stuff. But I definitely enjoy Halloween. Some of the kids in the neighborhood. There's a lot of kids in this neighborhood, and they have some pretty hilarious costumes. Like the last year there was like a whole group of them that had like stickmen, and it was like, it's always dark out when they do Halloween, and so like it was like a suit, right, that had, but it was just stickmen. And it's pretty hilarious. I seen one kid that was dressed up like a Minecraft zombie with like a blockhead. It was pretty funny. Okay, so we gotta go back this way, and then we gotta go get this upgrade. In fact, we're gonna leave the scout trailer here. We're just going to tow it up a little bit. Leave the scout trailer at the intersection. But yeah, I didn't want to do as many fast forward motions in this one. I just kind of wanted to take it easy. Do a little bit of relaxing gameplay. Chit-chatting about some of the vehicles in the game. Some of the gameplay mechanics. And experiencing this zone with you. Because it's a good one. I like this one. Drummond Island is... It's difficult, but it's like early game difficult. You know, it's not... There's a really long... So speaking of the P16, when we get it, it has two uses, logging and high saddle. And high saddle is definitely one of the things that you use it for in this map and other maps. To tow some of the biggest trailers in the game, and there's lots of these like really huge trailers, and it's one of the early vehicles that's really good at doing it. Mind you, there is better vehicles that you get later on, but much later. I did not need to use my reserve fuel again. It's all right. All right. Can I winch to this thing with just doing that? Okay, yeah, I can. Except I'm not winched from the right spot. Hate it when it does that, like, from the side. Alright, refuel. 3 gallons left. So yeah, 206 gallons left in here. So we'll have a little less than 200 gallons by the time we get back to Smithville, but that's okay. Still a lot. Still a good little buffer. So that whole plan of taking fuel, going to Island Lake first, getting fuel, doing all of this, definitely worked out. Because we have 1 upgrade and 1 watchtower. No, we don't even have another watchtower to get. We're done. Yeah, no, we got all 4. We just got to get this upgrade right here. We're going to drop the trailer off, and then we're going to go this way, grab this upgrade, which is like right down this path, if I remember. Kind of go down this way. Why is that not moving? Okay. And then we're going to come back up and head over to Smithville Dam. That might be the end of the episode. I don't know. Kind of having fun. This is pretty fun. And then, like I said, the next episode, we're going to definitely be doing bridges. We have to start unlocking bridges. I did drop with the GMC when I brought it back to the garage. I dropped a steel beams off at the one bridge that's sort of by the main, the fallen power line. So I kind of pre-did one of those, but like I said, we're gonna have a Fleet Star that's like fully equipped minus tires, so off-road gearbox, all the suspension, everything ready to go, and we'll probably be able to crank out most of the bridges if we just focus on bridges. Now I don't know, I might just do some tasks as well. Might get some levels, get some tires. I haven't decided yet, so we'll know more in the next episode as to what the plan is. Oh, I was gonna leave the fuel trailer again, and I forgot. Oh, that's okay. Leave it right here. Oh, that hurt. That was ouchy. Should we go left or right? I think left looks... Go around this. Yeah, because that looks like I have to fall off of a rock. Ooh, I have to fall off a rock there, too. I've done this zone before, but only just the discovery. I haven't done any of the tasks in this zone. And I'm kind of excited to get to doing tasks as well. But I mean, obviously, this is going to be sort of towards the end. All right, how do we get back up? Can we go back up this rock? Can we climb up this with this thing? Let's try. Oh, oh no. Did I pop a tire? I don't have spare tires. I didn't pop a tire. Thank God. That would have sucked. You can drive on a flat, but it's unpleasant. Luckily, though, we are pretty much road. Okay, so let's plan our route out to Smithville Dam. We'll take a look at Smithville Dam once we get there, and make a decision on if we want to do a little bit of scouting. Maybe there is some stuff we can do early. Get a few things, maybe crank out the rest of the scouting, or some of the scouting. We'll take a look. I'm having fun today. And that's sort of going into further future episodes. Again, I still want to stick around that hour mark, and we're coming up on that hour mark. I'm not planning any jump skips for this. Now, going forward for the unlocking bridges and that kind of thing, it's just going to be a lot of delivering stuff back and forth. I might even do some of it off camera. I might do some of the contests off camera, which I can't believe I remembered the name, but that's the name. The one that I always forget the name of. Contests. So we can do those. We set those that we can do those 5 times. Which I am for sure going to do some of those off cam, but I just haven't decided whether I'm going to do it. I guess I wouldn't be able to do it right away. I got to do bridges first, because you have to get bridges open before you can actually complete the contest in time, especially in Black River for the first couple. But that's an hour episode by itself of just going back and forth from the same thing, grabbing 2 things, going there, grabbing another 2 things, going to the next one. It's boring, and I'm sure if you would like to see it, I could probably find you a video and link it. But it's boring. There's people that do like speed runs of it too. In fact, that's one of the uses of the twin steer, is to like turbo over a hill with 2 things and just like jump off and hope you don't flip to do one of the speed runs. It's pretty funny. One of the first, the one from the farm in Black River, I forget what it's called, but just grab. I know I haven't been grabbing tasks. I really should, but I figure I'll be back. And if I need to know what they are, I'll just look on Map Runner. I know. Kind of cheating, but it's really not. It's knowledge that's out there. Why not use knowledge? It's not using mods, at least. Said I could still use mods, and in fact I might once we get to like the Lake Cove and Amur and that kind of thing. Those are rough. All right, we're back in Smithville Dam. So let's take a look here. I'm loading the map here. We come in all the way. Give me a sec here. Get off of this pad here before we flip screens. Okay, so let's take a look at the map. We come in all the way over here. So this is the normal where we come in from Black River, but over here is where we come in from Drummond Island. There's trailer store. There is an upgrade like right here for the White Western Star that we could grab. And then there's another upgrade that nobody really cares about. But there's also a watchtower this way. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just do these quick ones here on the left. I guess these aren't super quick, but... And I think I might leave the fuel up this way. Because there is the need for fuel up here, and like I said, we're going to be... Pretty much I'm going to be getting to around where this bridge is, and then just parking this thing. And then we're going to be doing stuff out this way with other vehicles. So this is going to just be its new home for a bit. We'll find that trailer and that upgrade and that vehicle later. That's the all-wheel drive for the White Western Star. There's a quest out here too. That's something I forget, but picking up some of the stuff. So yeah, we can go left here, grab this upgrade. Yeah. Oops. Hate it when you do that. If you click the map, it leaves this dot, and then if you hit back, it still doesn't go away. So yeah, this... I'm trying to think. Where's the... Yeah, we can come back. We'll get this watchtower maybe off cam, because this is uneventful. It's just going down a road and then up a little path to get this watchtower. But I'm going to grab these two upgrades here with you guys, and then we'll call it an episode. And I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, we'll drag the fuel trailer with us. No, I think we're going to leave it up here. Because we're going to be coming through here a lot with other things later on, and there's going to be a need for fuel. So let's just top off. We'll be fine. Oh, and I almost did it again. Here we are on the map screen. Okay, so let's... I'm getting better at checking. Yeah, let's just leave it right at this corner here. It can get knocked out of the way by whatever comes next. Oops. Come on. Go in all-wheel drive. I've not been switching out of all-wheel drive, but it was also really muddy in that zone too, so. So that's the plan. We're not doing all the scouting. We're just going to get a little bit of this stuff since we're on this side of the map and kind of get down to the bridge. And that's where this thing will be living. And then... Ooh. I am going to pop a tire. I got to be careful. Let's go into low high. Let's not make this thing need to be recovered. I should probably repair my suspension. We're just going to use the repair points right away. Yeah, it's hurting. Engine. Yeah, okay. Bob definitely needs to come in. Fix up the body damage I've done to this thing. Wonder how much that bill is going to be. Imagine buying one of these in real life. And then crashing it, taking it in, and being like, I hope that my insurance actually covers this. And your insurance company just hating you. Alright, upgrade number 1. We gotta veer back that way. Gotta find the path to veer back that way. Ooh. So the The other positive about this is once we do finally come around here to get the White Western Star, it's going to have all its upgrades as well. Because I went and got the upgrades. Went and did it first. There's really only a couple upgrades left on this map, too. It's just watchtowers. Where is my path? There's my path. I just went past it. There we are. I remember this spot being really muddy if you try and cut through. So we are not going to cut through. We're going to stay by the trees. It looks deceiving because it's like a marsh. And it just becomes an impenetrable mud pit. See this right here? Like, you would think you might be able to cut through here to the left because you're like, yeah, it looks kind of dry. Yeah, it's not. Don't let it fool you. You can't get through there. Unless you're running like the cheatiest of cheaty mod trucks. It's the only thing you're getting through there with. Stay towards the trees. Yeah, it's like right in this little nook right here. On sort of the southwestern side. There is a path here for a reason, and it's definitely the way that you should take. And you can see there's some like dead trees on the ground you can use to winch if you get stuck, so just stay by the trees. Come on. Okay. We need to actually select our target. Because the auto winch is being dumb. It's picking this thing that's like a foot in front of me. Like, that's not helping. Okay, so if we go... Ooh, this is a really steep hill if I remember. This will be interesting if I can make it up here with this thing. Because it's like a very steep down. Let's see what happens. Some excitement for the end of the episode. See if I tip. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. Come on, baby. You got this. I see winch points. Not even close. Totally fine. I was worried. Alright, so here's our last upgrade. So we're going to leave it here. Grab this guy. I forget what this is. I think this is the freeway, the useless transmission for scouts. But we're going to leave it here. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again. I really appreciate everybody stopping by to check out the videos. I'm having a ton of fun doing it. I hope you guys are having fun doing it, watching it. If you made it this far into the video, ooh, let's not crash. Let's not crash. Let's not end the video with a tip off a cliff. But if you made it this far into the video and you'd be so kind as to leave a comment, toss a like, maybe even subscribe. It's optional. I know obviously sometimes you don't want to do that, but if you would, that'd be great. And we will see you guys again in the next one.